morning and welcome to Cyder House Crafts. My name is Jen. Today is July 19th, 2018. What is it with this year? Okay. Anyway, hi, welcome. How are you? If you're a returning viewer, thanks a lot for stopping by. And if you're new, well, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I am having water today out of Love Milk, Love Local. It is, I have a milk delivery man. His name is Ian too. And he's from Home Farm Dairies, and they're in Penwortham in Preston on B Lane. My water bottle's downstairs waiting to be washed, so I had to use one of my empty milk bottles for drinking. Hi! As usual, it's awkward to start with. Have I said my name is Jen? If I haven't, it is. You can find me on the email at cyderhousecrafts@gmail.com. You can find me on Instagram at cyderhousecrafts. You can find my shop on Etsy at cyderhousecrafts. Yeah, that's where you can find me. Anyway, sorry, Goofy. How are you? It has been a busy couple of weeks here in the Bolton household, and I have some stitching to show you. I have been working on my linen. To be honest with you, I just picked up my cross-stitching on Monday again. I had to get a lot of knitting done. We won't talk about knitting. This isn't the knitting podcast. But the weather was conducive to knitting, so I did a bunch of knitting. But I'm back into my cross-stitch. It appears to be sunny right now, but it will be grim in a little while, and it's supposed to rain this afternoon, and it rained yesterday afternoon. So I'm going to do what I did yesterday afternoon, which is take my bum downstairs with my stitching, sit on the sofa, and watch horror flicks. It wasn't really a horror flick yesterday, I lie. The first one I watched was Season of the Witch, Halloween Season of the Witch, which should have never gone to a theater because it was absolute crap. And then I watched the new Blair Witch, which was about the brother of the girl. What was that girl's name? The first girl. There was Mike. I can't think of her name. Anyways, it was her from the first Blair Witch. It was the girl's brother who went with his friends and SSDD, basically. Then I watched Practical Magic with Sandra Bullock. Oh, Sandra Bullock! Hello! And yeah, so that was my afternoon of scary flicks and cross-stitching and lots of lovely chai tea. So, right. So I really do want to give a big shout out, and I'm going to be looking there because I have a list. It's a long list. First thing I want to say is hi to my sister Chris, and I am going to insert here, a picture of the most amazing cake ever she made for her son-in-law. It was like a forest thing, and there was a campfire, and she actually lit it, so it roasted marshmallows, and I think that's amazing. Even if you weren't my sister, I would think that cake was amazing. So everybody enjoy. Yeah, so I miss my sister a lot, obviously, because I talk about her all the time. Yeah, it's hard to live far away. Anyway, I want to say hi to Frankie. Hi, Frankie. And Sandy from The Humble Stitcher. I want to say a big shout out to Kim. And Lisa Clark, who also has a Flosstube podcast. And you can find that here on YouTube, as well as Spruced Up Stitching, who was nice and messaged me about some things this week, or last week. And she also has a podcast here. And I believe that she is an American who is also living here in northwest of England. So give her a look. And last but not least, I want to say hi to the famous Harriet, who is HFM2506 on Instagram, and I hope she's not angry because I gave that out, but she is having a D-stash, and she is selling some of her stash on Instagram, so go have a look, and maybe buy something that you like. Right. Yeah, so that's all my shout-outs for the week, except for one other crafter. and we'll talk about her in purchases. I don't have a lot. I sold 2 skeins of my yarn and t'other day, and got some needle minders from this nice little woman named Sammies Craft Supply on Etsy, and I got a pattern off eBay. Right, so I guess we should kick it off. I don't have any finished objects. I'm really sorry. Like I said, I've been busy with other crafting and things, so no other stash, no other finished objects. So what have I been working on? The first thing is the Humble Stitcher. It's from book number 174, the Humble Stitcher. I'm sorry, Sandy, this isn't you. You next. This is Prairie Schooler. And it is book 174, and it's Cats, Bats, and Witches, and I'm doing Hey Ho for Halloween. I will bring that closer, but not myself. So I'm doing this one. And I am working in this area right here right now. So yeah, Cats, Bats, and Witches. So let's have a look. So I am stitching this on a 28 count linen, and I know I spoke in the past about how awful this experience has been, but I'm kind of getting used to it now. I won't go as far as to say that I like it, because I'm not that far yet, but I am getting in the groove. So the last time you folks saw this project, it was, oops, here, let's get rid of that. I had just finished this witch, the back of the witch's cape, and this bat, and now I've moved along and I've gotten 2 more bats done, and a cat who is holding a pumpkin, which I will be working on this afternoon. My needle's being held by my own Cyder House Crafts needle minder. That's Harvest Moon. I have some more needle minders in the shop if you want to take a look. But yeah, I really like this pattern. It's amazing. And yes, even weave is getting there with me. It's not yet in my heart. Right, the next thing I've been working on is number 613. It's a realist pattern, and I am calling it, because it doesn't have a name, I am calling it Autumn Cats. There we go. And the last time you saw this, I believe I had finished the cats and had some of this roofing done, and I've made some progress up through here on the next roof. So I'll show you the picture with it. So there we go. This needle minder is again from Sammies Craft Supplies. It's a lovely little, oops, I'm sorry everybody. It's a lovely little Ouija board. Yep. So yeah, so I'm making progress on that, and I'm really enjoying that, except again for the floss, because it's not really floss. It's cotton thread. Right, my new start this week. Here you go, Sandy. It is Apple Harvest by the Humble Stitcher. You can find Sandy on Etsy. Really go look at her shop. She's got some amazing things. I'm sorry everybody, I am discombobulated. So I'm working on this. I have gotten the 3 little birds done at the top. I just started it yesterday afternoon during Practical Magic. So I've got the 3 birds done, and I started some of the tree itself. But here we go. Needle poking straight out. It's too bad I don't have 3D smell-o-vision. But there we go. So we've got the 3 birds. Sammy's Craft Supplies gave me this lovely needle minder for free. Yeah. But yeah, so I really like Sandy's patterns, obviously, because I talk about her every time I podcast. But I'm really looking forward to getting that done. I'm really starting to think about finishes as well, because I've got 3 projects on the go, and I know 2 of them will be done very shortly, i.e. the 613 Autumn Cats and Sandy's. So I know Sandy did hers with a pillow and into a pillow, but I really want that one in my kitchen, and I don't want it to be a pillow, so I'm gonna have to find some way to mount that. They're both being held in one of my new project bags. This one's a Christmas project bag, actually. But yeah, so it's got Blessings of the New Day. And I don't know if you can tell. I guess I'll hold it up close. But that fabric's got sparkles in it, and it's like a winter scene. And it's, I was holding it upside down, I'm really sorry. There we go. So yeah, so that's that. So that is all I've got in progress. What's in the pipeline? I am going to start something non-autumnal, just to have a little bit of a change. I'm going to start this probably today. If not, I will start it tomorrow in the car on the way to pick up our Byron. But I'm going to start that banner by Dimensions called Joy. There we go. I got this at the So-and-So here in the UK. It comes with all of the thread, the color chart. Sorry. Hopefully it'll focus at some point. And the little bells, and also the frame. Alright, it doesn't like me today, so I'm not even going to try. So yeah, so it contains everything you need. So looking forward to that. I sold 2 skeins of my wool this week, and then allowed myself to buy 2 needle minders. One was the Ouija board one, and I bought those from Sammy's Craft Supplies, and she is on Etsy. And here's the other one I bought, which was a skull with 2 candles on it. So she's on Facebook, Etsy, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find her there. This is the back. I prefer mine to have buttons on the back. Let me show you. Oops, am I shaking the camera? Sorry, everyone. So I'm going to probably glue a button on the back. I don't like just the magnet, so mine come with a button on the back side on the back magnet. So I'm going to put some buttons on there, but the quality of her needle minders is absolutely fabulous. It's amazing. So if you get a chance, go look at her shop. So I bought the needle minders, and then for like £1.25, I got myself some stickers for the cards that I showed you last time. So they're DMC stickers. Nothing fancy. And then I went on eBay again, because it seems to be my thing. I sell a lot of my stuff on eBay, and sell a lot of my crafting stuff on eBay. And when I had been perusing Pinterest a few weeks ago, and I am already making a plan for my 2020 year of cross-stitching and sort of knitting. And I won't get into knitting except to say there's going to be a lot of color work in that, and mostly socks color work. But my cross-stitching, I really wanted to go a completely different, wanted to go to a different season. So I want to go to Christmas, and again, this is in 2020, and I really wanted to cross-stitch things that, I'm not a good embroiderer, so I wanted to cross-stitch things that reminded me of medieval tapestries. And I came across book 103 from the Prairie Schooler on Pinterest, and I said, oh my gosh, I have to have that. And then I got lucky and found it from a nice lady, I believe in Canada, and it was on eBay. And so I purchased the Blackwork Angels book, and if you can see, there's a very much a medieval tapestry kind of look to the faces. And yes, I know there's a lot of back stitching, and yes, I know I don't like to back stitch, but I couldn't pass these up. So I'm going to do some test colors because I'm not sure I want them in black. So I'm going to do Peace and Love first, and I'm actually going to use some very deep purples and golds and greens and reds and browns on these and just try to mix it up a bit. What I'll probably do is scan this into Excel and then do my fill from there. But yeah, so again, it's book 103. It's the Blackbird Angels, and it's by Prairie Schooler. And believe it or not, that is the end of my stash. I have no more stash. So, yeah. So let's talk about what's in the shop very, very briefly. And then we'll talk about what's going on in the next week or so with myself and Ian. So, in the shop. Here, let me set this down. First of all, I've been picking out fabrics for my Halloween bags. And this is the first set of fabric that I've picked out. This is not showing out the color it should, I think, because I've got my shades open a bit. And ignore my nails, because I've broken them off. But this is Mummy, and it's this really kind of eerie, limey green color. Not lime, pastel green color. You remember the Green Ghost game? Like, if you're my age, there was this game called Green Ghost, and the board sat up. You had to put you had to put legs on the board, and you put these boxes, and it had all kinds of creepy crawlies in. And you went around the board with glow in the dark, so you had to play this game in the dark because the whole board glowed. And the Green Ghost guy, you spun him around like this. He was in the middle, and his finger pointed down, and that's the number you went to. That's that green. So, and this is a darker green grosgrain ribbon, and then I picked this very sort of gravestone gray. It looks like linen, but it's not. Well, maybe it is actually. Yeah, maybe it is. Anyway, so I picked that to make bags from, for the shop as well, and a few other things that are behind me in the cupboard. But yeah, I made one that is going in the shop this week. This is a nautical bag. So, yep. So it's got fishes on the inside, and on the back it's kind of like an old sort of seafaring map. So yeah, I really like it. It's very good. I would keep it, but I can't because I got to make some money. But that's what the inside looks like. And that's the fabric from the inside. So that's the inside fabric. So yeah, so that'll be going in the shop this week, along with a few other things. And oh, the first dyed thread that I have is going in the shop this week. I'll show it next time I podcast. So that's it for the shop. Nobody's bothered with it anyway. So personal news, what's been going on? So the houses that we went and looked at were they are definitely not anything that we want. We are going Sunday to look at another house, which is on the Leeds-Liverpool Canal system. It's gorgeous. I really like it. It's got a really big back garden, and it has a kitchen. And my requirements for a house are it has to have a back garden. It can't have a yard. So a yard in England means it's paved pretty much. Well, that's what my husband told me anyway. But I need a back garden, which has green grass and enough place for me to put my garden in. It has to have a decent kitchen that I don't have to remodel, and it has to have 2 loos. So if you're a Yank and you don't know what a loo is, it's a bathroom. But anyway, and that was in no way meant to be condescending, because I had no idea what a loo was before I went here. Came here. Grammar, Jenny. Grammar. Anyway, somebody's making a lot of noise outside. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to look at another one on Sunday. We pick Byron up tomorrow, my grandson I spoke about last week. So we pick him up tomorrow. So that's about 8 hours in the car tomorrow. We have to drive down to Somerset, collect him at about 3 o'clock, and then we're driving back same night. Ian's mom and dad are going to watch Byron on Sunday while we go look at the house, because I really don't want to stick him in the car again for another hour whilst we go look at the house, and then, well, it's end up 2 hours, because hour down, hour back. So he's going to stay with his great and grandma and grandpa, and they're going to take him to the park, and yeah, he'll have a good time with them. They're good grandma and grandpa. So, yes, speaking of Byron, Byron will be podcasting with me over the next couple of weeks. And we'll do a short one next week so we can see the progress he's made on his cross stitch. Hopefully he'll want to make progress on his cross stitch. And if he doesn't, well, I'll make progress on mine, you can see that. So we're doing some traveling, so there will be a week's gap where I won't podcast because we're going to be traveling. And yeah, so Ian's off tomorrow. We have a few things to do. Yeah. What else has been going on? Like I said, I did a lot of knitting, so I didn't get a ton of cross stitching done, but now I'm really focusing on the cross stitching for the autumn, so my knitting's probably done until September. So you'll see a lot of progress on the cross stitching moving forward. What else is happening? We finally got the very, very end of our unpacking done, and it really wasn't unpacking. We donated 3 boxes of books to St. Catherine's Bookshop there in Chorley this week. Yeah, there were books everywhere in our house. It's funny how you say, oh no, I can't get rid of that, I need to save that book, and then you put it in storage for 4 years while you're not living in the country, and then you come back and say, why did I save that book? I don't remember. So yeah, so we did that, so that's done. So now I feel a little bit more a sense of, okay, I can breathe now, just in time to move again, really. What else is happening? Drink some more of my water. Oh, let me look at my thing here. Oh, it's been raining here. Oh, thank God. It doesn't look like it right now, but it's going to be gray, like I said before, and it's supposed to start to rain again this afternoon. It's done the garden a world of good, even though we were watering every day. My 2 pumpkins died. I don't know what happened. Like I said, we were watering abundantly every day, and I don't know what's happened. So I've just left the pumpkin plants to their own device. They can do whatever. We've got strawberries. We did plant some already started plants, pepper plants from the garden center, and they have taken off, so that's really good. We have tons of tomatoes as usual, but Ian likes tomatoes, so there you go. We ate some of our peas with tea night before last, and they were lovely. And our corn is about yay high on me, so that's really good. The garden's great. Let me see what else is going on. Right, so I want to talk about my other YouTube channel. Not this one, not Cider House Crafts, but my personal channel. If you are a heavy person or are dieting at the moment, and I don't want to offend anybody, so don't, because I mean, hello, look at me. Or you're just somebody who's maintaining. I started Noom. I have a Noom coach, and it's terrific. It is costing me 24 quid a month. It is, I don't think that's really pricey, and he does do his job. He's very good. But it sounded weird. Anyway, we'll talk about it in a second. But I do a daily podcast for like 10 minutes a day on that other channel. So if you are sort of in the same thing or interested in that, just put a comment below. No, you know what? Don't put a comment below. Message me either on Instagram or message me, email me at ciderhousecrafts@gmail.com, and I will give you the location of that channel and the videos. They aren't great. I don't do myself up. I do it basically about 3:30 every afternoon. I load a video about that time and just talk about what's been going on that day. But yeah, so it's good. It's really good. It's more about the psychological bit. The way their program runs is more psychological. You can have it on your iPhone, your iPad. I think there's an app for Android. I think it's also in the Google store, so if you want to go look, have a look at that. My coach, his name is Nelson. He's amazing. He's in California, so there's a big time difference, but you can tell it's like every afternoon at about, I don't know, 3 o'clock or so on Wednesdays. Nelson messages me, so you know he's just basically gotten out of bed. He's terrific. I love him. he called me out yesterday when I needed calling out, and that is good because I needed it. I wasn't feeling sorry for myself. I swear to God, I wasn't. I wasn't feeling sorry for myself. I wasn't whinging. I wasn't being negative. I just said, I need help. I am eating too many of the foods in the yellow category and going over. And I never hit my reds. The red one, you do anything really naughty. And, yeah. So he said, well, what do you think you should do about that? And I said, I have no idea. And then put like a crazy face emoticon on. And then he just called me out and he said, will you let me know when you decide what you want to do about your health? And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Because he had given me a bunch of suggestions and I didn't choose one because I was having one of those moments where I thought none of those are going to work. I need to figure this out. And then I came back and I said, okay, I'll try to push more into the greens, which I do all the time actually. But yeah, he was really good. And then he said, and by the way, I'm looking at your stats and you're not even eating all the calories you're supposed to be eating every day. You usually shot yourself by anywhere from 200 to 400 calories a day. Why are you doing that? You need to eat all of your calories. So there you go. Great guy. But anyways, that's on my other channel, so if you want to know about that or you want to find that, I don't tag it. So, like, I think there's like 1 or 2 people watching them. They're probably new people. But yeah. So, if you want to watch that, yeah. So, I have been on this for 2 weeks and I lost 6 pounds, which is really, really good. And I'm feeling really positive about it. So, there you go. Anyway, yeah, nothing to do with cross-stitching at all. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it. I don't have anything else to talk about. My life is boring, as usual. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I hope you're all stitching something that you love, and I hope you enjoy your stitching. Until I see you again, take care. Bye.